We went on a 2-week road trip across southern Xinjiang in China. Here is how it went. Day 7 started like every other day on this trip with a buffet breakfast. Most hotels in China offer a buffet breakfast option as part of the price or as a separate add-on, and the prices are usually quite good, so we almost always get that option as it allows us to not have to think about food first thing in the morning. And being a buffet, we get to stuff ourselves enough to make do with a light lunch or snack that will carry us until dinner time. Of course, the options at the buffet cater to Chinese taste, which, for breakfast, is a superset of most other cuisines, meaning they have a lot more options, and we never found ourselves not filling our plates on any day. The food and selection will vary from hotel to hotel, so it's important to remain flexible or go hungry. After breakfast, we started our drive towards the Tianshan Wensu Grand Canyon, or Tianshan Timur scenic area. The names may vary depending on the search engine you're using, so I have added the GPS coordinates in the comments section below. The Wensu Grand Canyon is one of the top attractions in the region, and for good reason. It's a nature area with 3 main large canyons that visitors can drive into or take a guided bus tour to drive them into. To drive your own car, you must have a 4x4, otherwise they will turn you back, although all the roads within the park are easily drivable with a normal sedan, albeit a bit rough. We started the trip at the visitor center, purchased tickets, and then drove into the canyon where we spent the entire day driving from one spot to another and left just before sunset. It was well worth it with majestic views of the landscape and facilities that makes the trip so much easier. There is a separate video of the visit for the full experience, but in the meantime, enjoy some of the views. After returning to Aksu, we had dinner at the restaurant next to the hotel. It was a self-serve restaurant where you choose what you want and they grill it for you. There are some other cooked options you can order from their menu, but we choose to stick with the grilled option that we watched being grilled and ate them at our street-side table. After that, we went back to the room, organized the many photos and videos taken that day, and did laundry at the hotel laundromat, which, like many hotels in China, allows you to wash your own clothes at no charge. The next morning, we left Aksu to make our way to Kashgar, one of the most famous cities on the ancient Silk Road, and a must-visit when visiting Xinjiang. With a driving distance of about 460 kilometers, today was the longest single-day drive we would do on this road trip, so we had snacks and were ready for it. The drive itself was all highway with some interesting scenery along the way, but we only stopped a couple of times at rest stops for toilet and stretch breaks and to buy some fresh fruits and coffee. One interesting observation we made was that as we traveled further west, the road signs were no longer in just Uyghur and Chinese. Some of the road signs had Cyrillic script. We were not sure whether it was Russian, Kyrgyz, or Kazakh, and since that part of Xinjiang is close to all 3 countries, we couldn't really tell. Let us know in the comments below if you know which language that is. As we approached Kashgar, traffic started to increase and we started seeing more of the city. Since we were staying next to the old town, we had to pay extra attention to the directions on our navigation system. We used pedal maps, which worked really well and had many features that were superior to Google Maps, which doesn't work very well in China, and even with a VPN is outdated and doesn't provide directions in many places. As we approached the hotel, we had a bit of trouble finding where to stop and park since it was located off of the main street, and access to the front of the hotel seemed to be controlled by a gate. After asking around, we managed to drive to the gate where the security guard opened the gate for us to drive through. This was because the hotel is on a pedestrian-only street and had no parking by itself. But there was a large parking lot just outside the gate, so it was easy to unload our luggage, park the car, then go back to the hotel. We checked into the hotel, which had really nice decor with very friendly staff who taught us some Uyghur words, and then went to our room and unpacked for our 2-night stay in this hotel. After a while, we left the hotel and walked around the area. The plan was to visit the old city of Kashgar and have dinner there since there are lots of eating options within its gates. As a major stopping point on the Silk Road between China, the Middle East, and Europe, Kashgar has been continuously inhabited for about 2,000 years, which makes it one of the oldest cities in the world. And with its unique geographical location and history, it is heavily influenced by multiple cultures and races. The old town is quite large, and to truly do it justice, you would need a lot of walking and exploring of its narrow streets and shops. So we spent the evening walking around, sampling various foods, which served as our dinner, and even bought some souvenirs. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to see my other Xinjiang videos. Thanks for watching.